What's up, man? What's up? So we're here for the Q&A. Sorry, it's been a little bit late. I just had a few things to take care of. But we're here. We're in. Yeah, the sun is walking. Cool. So let's just get stuck in. So remember, guys, to get your question answered, head to the website halfhopefootballhot.com. Top left-hand corner, Ask HH. If you're writing in for the first time, state your name when you first started to watch the hot, how you found out about the hot, and then ask your question. And you can ask a question about absolutely anything. So without further ado, let's get in there. So from Pierre Richard Michel, actually, hello HH, keep up the great work. My question this week, I had a discussion with friends, and we had an argument about who is better, Brazil, Ronaldo, or Henry. I'll stop you there. No offense to Henry, but it is insulting that you even have to have a debate as to who is better between Ronaldo and Henry. That is madness. Also, Ronaldo is better. Yeah, he is. I feel technically Ronaldo hands down, but Korea, but as with regards to Korea, the question is up for debate. Both have won a World Cup. Ronaldo had a bigger role, both lost the World Cup final, but club-wise, it's not even a question. Henry hands down. What's your take on that? And also, who's the best defensive midfielder? Kante, Busquets, Bakayoko, Matic, William Carvalho. Who's at the top of the position right now? I think it's N'Golo. So, if we're talking about who had the better career, it would be Henry, because as you well know, Ronaldo had a major knee injury, put him out of the game for about 1 or 2 years, I think. And when he came back, he just wasn't at his best. So literally, we never really saw what Ronaldo could have really have done because of the huge knee injury he had. So if you look at the career as a whole, consistency, what he achieved, club-wise and internationally, it's Henry. But if you're saying who is the assassin, who is the better player, you cannot name me any football player in history who was technically better than Ronaldo. Who had the better career? I would definitely say Henry. Remember, Ronaldo, I think he retired when he was about in his early 30s. I think he was about 34 when he was like 33 or 34 when he retired. So yeah. Best DM. Bakayoko is getting on the bars of rights now. It would perhaps, I'll probably give it to Kante. Although I think William Carvalho is very underrated though. Adnan Ajana. Hey HH. Who are your top 5 footballers from Africa at the moment? Mane, Aubameyang, Salah, Moses, and Mahrez are the first that come to mind for me. Thanks. Mane is the best African footballer in the world. That's without a shadow of a doubt. Moses, Salah, Aubameyang, and I would say Sergio Aurier. Mahrez, I wouldn't even put him in there. I think Mahrez has declined. I think Sergio Aurier has to be put in there. Because for me, as of right now, I would say, okay, the best 2 right backs in the world right now are, 3. I say Aurier is in the top 3 best right backs in the world. So you've obviously got Dani Carvajal, you've obviously got Dani Alves, and I'm going to put in Sergio Aurier in there. So already know for me, Mane it's not even close. Mane is the best African footballer in the world, and he's arguably one of the best players in the Premier League. Aubameyang is one of the best strikers in Europe, top 3, top 4 striker. Salah, look at how well he's done. He's arguably one of the most informed wingers in the world. And Moses, technically, just for pure technicalities of on the ball ability, Moses is one of the best out there. So, but for Mahrez now, I think Mahrez when Leicester City won the Premiership, best African player as of right now. Sergio Magana. Half up. Are you hyped for the World Cup, and who do you think are the top 5 teams to win it? Mine are Brazil, Germany, Spain, France, Argentina. If they make it and Sampoli gets them in track, keep up the good work. I'm hyped. I'm very hyped. We are less than a year away from the World Cup. Please let me be alive and be able to do. Let me be healthy at least. Let me be healthy for that World Cup. But I am very excited. Of course I am. Top 5, yeah. But I want to make it a lot more interesting. I think top 5 is too easy. I want to say top 3. Top 3, I think Brazil, France, and Germany. I don't put Spain in next. For me, I think Spain had their time. Again, I went against them in 2012, but I just don't think that they have that. Without Iniesta at his peak and without Xavi, I think they lose a critical reason why they were able to win 3 trophies in a row. So without those two, and also Xabi Alonso, Messi, so they'll be good, but I don't think they'll have enough. Argentina, I don't trust Messi with Argentina. I just don't trust them. Brazil, right now, are the best looking team in the world right now. I would say Brazil. Germany have the best youth in the world. Look at what they did in the Confederations Cup. You cannot really bank against them. And France, again, it's between France and Germany as to who have the best young people coming up. But France's squad, you've got Mbappe, you've got Dembele, you've got all this, you've got Pogba, you've got Griezmann. But the thing with France is that if you don't go with Benzema, they don't have a chance. But if they forgive Benzema, Benzema's in that team, France can win it. Sam Oprah, oh Lord, what's going on? Hello, Halfo. I've been a subscriber for a while. I think I've been a subscriber since the last World Cup when Germany crucified and castrated Brazil. The question has to do with how good countries are at football. I understand that the US are not that good at football because football is not the main sport. There is also American football, which I call American rugby, basketball, baseball, etc. And the reason why lots of countries in Europe are good is because football is the main sport. I wanted to ask your opinion on why countries like Mexico, or various countries in South America, for example, aren't at the same level as countries in Europe. I understand that they're relatively good, but they're not on the same level as Europe, and I assume football is their main sport. Thanks for keep up with the good work. I think I use the example of Nigeria. Nigeria is the main sport in the country. Most successful under 17 team. We're naturally adept at football, but never won a World Cup. We never really do it to senior level because at senior level, it's not about ability. Mexico, ability-wise, are amazing. Again, it's the number 1 sport there, but ability-wise, they're absolutely off the chain. But at senior level, it's about tactics. Tactics are crucial, and tactics are criminally underrated when you get to that very high level, because the tactics are what separates the winners from the losers. Once you get into that quarterfinal, that semi-final, when there's going to be 1 goal in it, tactics and game management, match management are very important. I think that is why see teams like Mexico, whenever they face an Argentina, whenever they get to a quarters, they always lose because they miss the tactics and they miss that star player. Perfect example. Mexico against Holland, 2014 World Cup. They had Holland beat. But when you've got someone like your Robin in your team, which Mexico have never produced, you have an individual who can just create something and execute and make something occur at a critical point. So it's a case of tactics and that's individual superstar, which teams like in Mexico don't really have. Thank you for the question. Dylan Holmes. Hey HH, are there any other YouTubers that you regularly watch and are a fan of besides the Football Banter Show? Some of my favorite YouTubers are the True Jody, Sugar Conroy, and Susie. To be honest with you, I probably need to start watching more. So I mean, I obviously watch Football Banter Show, and I actually like watching sometimes man like Robbie and football and Arsenal Fan TV sometimes. But I'm getting into Copa 90. I'm definitely getting into Copa 90. So, but this is weird. I don't really watch a lot of other football analysis stuff, and I think it's not me hating on the other ones. But the reason why I actually even began Football Hot is because of how much I loved American sports shows. So, and I wanted to bring the kind of vibe you had in American sports shows to a football show, which is not what you have, because when you watch First Take or Undisputed or most ESPN shows, there's a vibrancy, there's a colorfulness, there's an excitement, there's an energy, and that same energy you just don't see in football programs. Hence why I wanted to bring that into this. So yeah, I mean there are definitely a few that I watch here and there, but I think yeah, I don't really watch them religiously that much, and I think that's why maybe there's a vacuum for a First Take Undisputed type for football show, which watch this space that we're trying to build upon. Junior Barimiema Opoko. Hi HH, I am JJ Opoko from Edmonton, Canada. I started watching your channel last year when PSG beat Barcelona in the Champions League first leg. Oh yeah, and then we all know what happened in the second leg. What do you think about Lionel Messi winning the Ballon d'Or this year? Do you think if he wins, it will be a deserved one? And what do you think about the new Barcelona and the Messi returning to his false nine position? Do you think if he wins... I don't think he'll win the Ballon d'Or. We know that's going to be Christina. But let's just say he did. Would he deserve it? I would argue and say yes. Because even if Barcelona didn't win the Champions League, they didn't win the La Liga, Messi had arguably one of his best seasons. That's the thing that people don't realize. People think, oh, no, it's not about winning trophies. But the individual award is about what did you do individually. It's not really about what trophies you won. What did you do individually? How productive were you as an individual? And Messi probably had one of his best seasons last season. Look at what he did last season. So I think it would be a good chance for him to win it. Yeah, and I think the reason why I think Barcelona cannot be ignored is because I think, we're seeing Messi, as I think Messi's false nine position really having much more of a free role. Because with Neymar, it was, the 4-3-3, so forth. But I think with Neymar leaving, I think you're going to see Messi get the ball a lot more and really have much more of a greater effect on the game. And I think this is, especially in his older age, with him being much more experienced, this is where you're going to be seeing really Messi at his peak and really being able to really get that ass. So yeah, I just think that Messi in his new position with how Barcelona are playing and how Valverde is using him, he's going to be very, very good. James Lombardo. Hello HH, now we're into the swing of the season. Which club do you think has gotten ripped off the most in terms of player value? I was tempted to say Kyle Walker, but he has actually been decent for City. So Liverpool and Oxlade-Chamberlain would have to be my vote. I'm not going to say Ox. I think that is too quick, and I think people are far too quick to already say Ox is a bust. I think give him some, because I believe in Ox. He's not great, but he's good and he's useful, and if coached the right way, used the right way, he can be good. And I say, try me in midfield. Try me in midfield and see how well he does. Kyle Walker, 50 million. And when you think that Tottenham got Serge Aurier for less, and Serge Aurier is categorically the better player, Kyle Walker was a rip-off. They got sized. They got hoodwinked because Kyle Walker he's crap. Because he's not crap, he ain't great. He's average. I'm not putting him above average. I think Kyle Walker definitely was the biggest rip-off, because what City will find is that He can't cross the ball. He isn't as dynamic, and he doesn't give you that kind of technical skill or ability to go in on the inside or going on the outside and really think about what he's doing in the same way that, say, Bart Simpson did, like a Dani Alves does or a Sejuri does. I think, yeah. I think that is really the biggest boss of the season. Abraham Emmanuel. Hey, HH, between Gabriel Jesus and Mbappe, do you think, who do you think will be more important for club and country in the coming years? And who would you rather have in your team? That's a tough question. That is a very, very good question, Mr. Emmanuel. Personally, I'd rather have Jesus. Mbappe's which is amazing. But for me personally, I feel I just prefer Jesus as a player. I don't think he can be more effective and give me more goals and better play. Who do you think will be more important for club and country in the coming years? That's a great question. I'm going to say Jesus. Mbappe, I know he's a prodigy. He's amazing. And it's very close, but I think Jesus is quality. I think this guy is just very good because look, he's Brazilian. Okay, he's Brazilian. So that's already cheating already. And it's his movement and how quick he is. And I think that he's so quick up there that he's the kind of guy that will get a lot of goals. They'll find a lot of space. I think Mbappe has amazing ability and can do many, many different things and create space for himself. But I just think in footballing situations, I just think that Jesus can just give me more than what an Mbappe can give me. So I'm going to say by a little like an inch, Jesus would actually be more important for club and country. But that's a very good question because it's very close to club because they're both very good players. Guys, thank you for the questions. Remember, I will be back here next week answering your questions. Head to the website, halffootballhot.com, ask HH, and then get in your question. If you want to even talk to me on the forum, I'm normally on the forum throughout the day or mostly in the evening. So get us on the website again, click on the forum. You can view it on your mobile, desktop, or so forth. Ask me any questions you want, have a chat with me, and I shall be seeing you soon. Peace.